Yeah, I'm Shark Whitebeard here making another video. What I want to talk about today is the tactics and weapons used by the pirates when they're taking a prize and boarding a ship. So basically, what your pirates are doing is be sailing out there and they look at a merchant ship that they could easily take as a prize and have a lot of loot and booty they wanted to take. And they'd see the ship and they'd sail up on it, get right up close to it, and then at the last minute, they would send up the Jolly Rogers, the skull and crossbone flag, and strike fear into the hearts of the merchant ship. And they'd they'd fire a warning shot across the bow of the ship to show them that they're all ready to go, they mean business. And hopefully the merchant ship would surrender and they'd let themselves be boarded by the pirates. What they would do is pirates would come aboard, take everything, all the loot, everything of value, everything they wanted, and hopefully not hurt the crew or the passengers, not do anything bad to them, and then they go ahead and they get back on the pirate ship and sail away with all the loot and booty they came to get, and the merchant vessel would be allowed to go about its own way and not be harmed. Of course, they just got robbed, but it's better than being killed or anything else. So, in a perfect scenario, that's what the pirates are looking to do. So if, say, for example, the merchant ship wanted to fight back and wasn't going to be allowed to be taken for whatever reason, then the pirates had to be ready to fight and to board the ship and to take it by force. So to start out with, their first thing they'd have is their cannons. Like this cannon here, the ship's cannon. And what they would do is they didn't want to sink the ship, so they wouldn't be shooting at the hull of the ship to sink it because they wanted to take it intact. So what they would do is they would load the cannon with canister shot or grape shot, musket balls, anti-personnel type projectiles they would shoot across the deck and take out the personnel that was going to try to fight them and try to repel their boarding it. They would they could throw in pieces of chain or chains with balls on the end. They'd stick it down the barrel and they'd shoot them, and these things would unravel as they came, and they'd spin around and take out the rigging, take out the mast, take out their sails, so that the ship would be dead in the water and couldn't get away. These cannons were designed to have a master gunner who knew how much powder to put in and how to aim it and elevate it. You could elevate it like that, like a mortar, and lob cannonballs or projectiles at it from afar. You could bring it down further, shoot it point blank at the people, whatever you needed to do, and it had wheels on the bottom, you can roll it back and forth. And that's what they used, and the pirates, of course, are trying to disable the ship and take it intact and clear the personnel off the deck so they could board it. And the first thing they'd be using is the cannons when they came up on the ship, like this. Then what they would do is they also had on the top of the ship, on the railing, they had these are swivel guns, and there's swivels on top, so they could swivel them around. They could aim them at the ship like so, shoot them. Same thing, they had canister shot, which was like a can full of musket balls, which would disintegrate as they came out the barrel and throw multi-pattern of musket balls across the deck to take out personnel. Grape shot was basically the same thing, except it was wrapped in cloth, tied up, and they would disintegrate as it came out and throw a pattern out. Or just cram musket balls with the wadding down it, and they could shoot with that, with these big, with the swivel guns. Another thing they would do is they'd get their best shots, their sharpshooters, get them up in the mast, in the rigging, with these long muskets, similar to this one. This one is this is a cap and ball long rifle, probably used 100 years later, but the muskets are similar to this, except they're smooth bore, and they're very long, so they could be very accurate of that era. And they would get up in the rigging and in the mast, and they could shoot down at the guys they were attacking. They could take out their officers or captains. They could take out the helmsmen with these muskets. So they couldn't, the helmsman, the guys steering the ship, and take them out so they could disable the ship, and they couldn't get away. And they would use these long muskets to hunt wild boar, wild pigs in the jungles. when they're ashore. So the pirates are very good, a lot of them are very good shots, very good marksmen, and very capable of using these with great effectiveness against the ships they're attacking. So that's 3 of the initial components that the pirates would use attacking a ship. The firearms, the main things they'd use to begin with, and then they'd go into grappling and boarding the ship itself, which I'll go ahead and expound upon in another video. Thank you.